Hello FlowStudio, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to share with you the project which I finished, which is ready to share with you the ongoing projects and the how I am stitching them, and as well I would like to share with you the plans. I mean, like which projects I would like to start. I hope you will like the video, so enjoy it. And I wanted to show you how this project of mine is going on, because it is still a project. It's not a finished design. But it's going to be finished soon, I hope so, because it's going really fast. I just wanted to share you the joy of stitching it and like having it stitched, because it's very nice. I didn't even think that how would I say, stamped kit would bring me so much joy. I love how the details look like on this design. I like stitching like little by little, because from last time when I showed it to you, I kind of stitched the whole this part of the design. So I have this cloth, the cherries, the water can, the pansies, and again one more pansy, the seed packets, and this plants. And it's a lot of backstitch, by the way. It's a lot of backstitch, but this gives me a lot of joy. I don't know why, but this backstitch makes me happy. The only thing I don't like about the backstitch, by the way, is that on the chart the backstitch is black and red, so the lines are thicker and thinner, and that's it. So to realize which is which, there is a whole list, and I have to like read thick red branches with brown, and you do them in stem stitch. While I'm doing it, the ones which are like done and they are not repeating themselves, because the basic backstitch, this is black and in one thread, one strand, and it's black and it's dark brown. And already I know that one. I look a lot, by the way, I used to look a lot at this preview to make clear, to understand how I have to do it. And already when I'm doing the backstitch, which is not going to repeat itself, I'm taking it out from the list, so that when I'm going to look, I wouldn't mess. Because it's long when you start like reading, and this is this is that, this is that. It's kind of, I don't know, it takes a long time, too long, too much time. But what I have left, actually, this is like the this purple flowers, the, how they are called, not the petunias, it doesn't come to my mind, the violets, and they are already almost finished, because I have to do the middles of the flowers, and they're almost finished. And I have to do the bird house and the bird on the house, and again these things, and the flowers, these ones, the stem, the flowers, the stems, and the leaves, and the backstitch, of course, the long line of backstitch. What I haven't done is this, so I already dealt with these lines. How should I do them? The thing is that I have to, how do I say, not to invent, but to figure out a lot how to do it to adapt. Oh, this would be the correct word. I have to adapt what is in the instructions to the design I have. Because as I said, first of all, in the original design, the count was it is much larger, and my count is 32. So first of all, there it should be stitched in 3 threads, but I'm stitching in 2. And the back stitch also I have to figure out, like make it like thinner. And also I have to figure out with these lines, because there on the fabric they are just drawn, and you have to go with the thread, and this is easy. In my case, I'm doing them as crossed, as a back stitch, and they are not so smooth, but I like, because it's going to look different, but it's going to look like my personalized design, something like this. So as I said, for the lines which come for this, I don't know, I think this is wheat. Wheat is called, as far as I know. Though there are lines which look like that. I'm not sure. I realized how to do this back stitch, but this one is going to be even thicker, and it's going to be a different color, and I haven't figured it out if it's going to be what's called, the thread which you keep on top of the fabric, and you're just pinching it to stay in place. So yes, but I'm sure I'm going to deal with it. I'm sorry that I'm showing it to you on the hoops, but I'm not going to take it out, because this is the hoops on one leg I have. The diameter of the hoops is 25, if I'm not wrong, and the whole design is fitting inside. And I just put it a little bit like this, because this part wasn't stitched, so that I would have the space to do it. And I hope that the rest of it is going to be like kind of until here, and it's going to fit everything, so that I wouldn't, because I put it so nicely, it's so, you see, so to do it all and to have it like stitched like this. Yeah, it's great. It's a joy. And you know, I remembered that I actually have in my stash one more stamped stitch design. That one is the window shop of an antiques window shop, something like this. But there, the thing which is made on the fabric is just some shadows, you know. That's why that one I purchased, because I like the design. Also, it's a vintage design, but there I have to invent much less. And yes, I'm glad that I purchased that one. I had doubts. I said, oh, what I'm going to do, but now with this experience, I think it's going to be good. Though not all of the stamped stitch designs can be made into cross stitch. I think so, at least, but for maybe they all can be made. I don't know. It's my first attempt, and I hope it's going to be a successful one. So yes, that's the work I have done. That's the work I still have to do, and I hope that the next time when you are going to see this project of mine is going to be a finished project. And let me make another update of my garden things. I decided that meanwhile I'm going to stitch this dimensions garden basket design. I'm going to show you what is happening in my mini pot garden. If you are curious, if you are interested. So the pink hydrangea started blooming, and I am super happy. Still we have a cold summer. This one also is very much in bloom, and it's very nice. I decided that I'm going to see how it's going to go through winter, and if it's going to go through winter, okay, I mean outside, because I'm keeping all of them outside. We don't have harsh winters. I'm going to buy next year more, I mean like white, like more of this, because I like them. And I have fuchsia. There was a set of pots, 4 pots I think it was. Here I put them, like from the very beginning I already put them in a bigger one, and they started blooming. They were not blooming when I purchased them, and now they are blooming. The pink ocean plant is flowering very nicely. And then here this one's also blooming nicely, and I have like some dragonflies. I'm not very much in love with them, you know. It's like they're not bad, but they're not perfect. I just tried them, and they were not expensive. This one still didn't is not flowering, and I started like asking myself if everything is okay with it, and I hope it's okay. And lily, I mean, because it has the buttons, but it's not like opening them. Then the other hydrangea I have, it's in like large bloom, and it still has new ones to come. Then the rose is kind of blooming continuously. I'm going to move it in a bigger pot, because this one went one very well, unexpectedly well, I would say. This is my yesterday's purchase. It's a dahlia, a pink dahlia. I didn't even replant it. Yeah, this one also is getting very nicely. The one I had, I mean the statue, the garden statue, mini garden statue, let me call it like this. And this is a new purchase. This is called, I think, Chalosia. I'm not sure. I liked it very, very much in the shop, but I didn't read the information tag. Apparently this one is not going to go for winter. And but there it was said that there are places where it doesn't go for winter, and where the places which don't have a harsh winter, it goes for winter. So I don't know really what is going to happen. So I'll see what is going to happen this winter, if it's going to go through or no. The clematis, this one went very well and it's growing. The other one I pulled out because it didn't grow. And here I pulled the Yedder, I think it's called, this one. I just moved it here. And I purchased another garden fairy, mini garden fairy. These ones are already done, but it has new ones. The strawberry, I'm going to pull it out for sure, because look, there are some strawberries. Even the child doesn't pay attention to them. By the way, yesterday we have been to a pick your own farm, and we had a lot of raspberry and strawberries. So this one has green leaves, nice leaves, but not the fruit. You know, the fruit is not okay. So yeah, this is the lavender. It's blooming, and there are like bees coming. It's very nice, but I didn't prune it in time, and and I have a water can. Yeah, I saw it in the shop. It's white. I think they had 2 or 3 colors. In fact, we had pink, white, and that's it. And white was the one which was the most okay with me. This one is a water can, but I'm not going to use it as a water can. Probably I'm going to make a pot of it, but I have to ask my husband to make holes on the, because the water has to go out, drainage. And what else? My azalea, which I said that already it was in bloom, but apparently it's still blooming. It is not like as when I bought it, because when I bought it was wow, but now it has like a few flowers. They are like going away and new ones are coming, and the green things, like still it's coming. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy more this year. It depends what I see in the shops. If I see something which I cannot stop buying, of course I'm buying. So this is my pot garden situation at the moment. And I wanted to share you the progress on this design. This is Horses by a Stream by Dimensions, the gold collection. This is the beauty I should get. This is the beauty I have so far. And yes, I made pretty good progress. I'm sorry, but I'm filming like holding the phone in my hands, because it's quite big, this one, and I want to show you the details as well. So I finally finished this part, like down part of the work, because it was hard job for me, I would admit. Apparently I don't like to stitch half stitch which doesn't represent objects, you see. So here, this mixing of grass, it was the most, I wouldn't say the difficult, not difficult to stitch, but difficult for me to make it, because it was like stitches of that, half stitches of that color, half stitches of that color, and you are doing chaotically, and you don't have any logics here. It's just grass, It was like so, but till the end it finished, and thanks God, because I hope that the next part of the design is going to be easier. By the way, my progress is almost 68%, which is super good, I would say, because I don't have a lot. I have just this upper part, which I hope is going to go easier, because here I have just one color, half stitch, one color, and you go. This one is not stitched. The only part which bothers me, that is going to be the same thing as it was here on this grass, is the trees. There are 2 trees here, but I'll see, I'll see what will be, it will be. It doesn't matter. And I also made the back stitch, not all the back stitch. So I made this back stitch on the grass, I mean like the yellow back stitch here, the back stitch on the water. Look how beautiful this one goes. The white one is couching Yes, I tried. And I managed to make the back stitch on the baby horse. You see, and it's so cute. This one is so nice. And I wanted to make the, I wanted to continue making the back stitch on the other two horses, and because this would be the whole back stitch I have to do on this design. But apparently, I don't have here, you see the edges, so I decided that probably I'm going to do the background here, and so that I could backstitch the horses as well. I'll see. So half of the design at least is stitched. Now I'm stitching only this design because I kind of feel inspired to stitch it, because it was a while when I wasn't stitching it at all. I just didn't want to, you know, probably, and I was at this side. But now that I like overcame this one, I'm stitching like quickly, nicely, with inspiration. That's why I hope it's going to be nice. So yes, to be continued, this design. And still I hope that this one is going to be finished project in the end of the summer. And I wanted to show you one more time this design, because until I am finishing filming this video, apparently I am continuing stitching this one. The thing is that I have quite a large, how they say, breakthrough with this design. So last time, or in this case, in this video, a few minutes ago, you saw how this one was stitched, like I mean, like the background, just the second half, and now I have all this part filled in. So the thing is that my plan, as I probably said, it was like to stitch at least one row of this how they say, background, so that I could backstitch the horses and kind of go on, and this would have finished the backstitch I have to do in this work. When I started doing the background, apparently, as I said, this side, you see, there are big parts with the same color, and they are half stitch. And when I started doing them, I couldn't stop, because it was so easy. You were like just going, doing the half stitch. A large part of the design was like coming out, and it was like super nice. I couldn't stop. That's why I kind of made all the things I had to do. This part has to stay unstitched. And also here, there were like stripes with the same color. Again, I did them. Then I had already the background, necessary background, and I did as I promised myself. I already backstitched the horses. And the thing which I told myself in the very beginning, when like kind of thinking, because I think all of you, when you are stitching large designs, you are deciding where to go. And the thing which I said to myself in the beginning of the stitching that I wouldn't do, exactly the same thing happened to me now. So the thing I said I wouldn't do, I wouldn't leave this one, this how they say, corner of the work as the last one, because again here is like half stitches with different colors. They are spread, they are mixed, and it's kind of, it's like here. Though I think here is going to be easier because there are fewer colors of floss to be used. But as I said, I couldn't stop myself here. I already backstitched them, so I am stuck with this side, because here I made with one color. A lot of threads, symbols, I already took out of the work, because I'm stitching with cross stitch saga, and a lot of colors already are not going to be used anymore. You see, I made quite a big progress. That's why I don't know what to say. But what is certain, that the space like here and the whole thing here, it has to be filled in with half stitch, because I finished the cross stitch. So the cross stitch here, it was on the horses, and 309 cross stitches which were not on the horses, they were 200 and a bit here and 100 and a bit here, I mean like in the grass. And that's it, I finished with the cross stitches. Finishing back stitching the horses, I finished with the back stitching. I don't have any back stitch, so the only thing I have to do is half stitch, like different, like in 2 strands, in 3 strands, in 4 strands, in the different strand thing. and I have to do them here. According to the cross stitch saga, if we would take just the half stitches, it would be 7,000 and a bit. If it's cross stitches, is 300 and a bit. The thing is that honestly, if you would ask me, I'm not very much into the mood of like stitching this one, but I also understand that I want to finish it because I am kind of, that's it, I see the light in the end of the tunnel. That's why I told myself that I'm going to stitch 1,000 half stitches every day. If you take into cross stitches, this is 500. So 1,000 half stitches are being made quicker than 1,000 cross stitches. And this is the amount which I can do without getting myself tired, you know, of this design during a day. That's why I said that I will try to do this minimum amount I can do without getting tired. If I am going to be in the mood and have inspiration, maybe more than 1,000 per day, in such a way, in 7 days, 8 days maximum, I will have it ready. Or if I'll be super duper inspired and I'll stitch all of them, I kind of in 4 days, half the time, I risk to have it finished. No matter which way will go the best, I'm not going to let this one rest because I want to get it finished. I don't know why, but I kind of want to tick this one that it's ready. So in this video, you won't see it anymore because I won't manage to make any more progress, but in the next videos for sure I'm going to show it to you, and hopefully it's going to be a ready one. And one more project from the Queen of the Needle series is ready. So I finished the cube. So I started with the mouse, the smallest one. Then I continued with the cube and this one, just a second. Let me show you. So this is what the preview says it should be. And this is what I really have. I won't show you many details with this one, I mean like in this video, because I when finishing it, I mean putting it together, I filmed it, so I have the shooting, but I'm going to have a separate video, kind of a tutorial video, because I made such filming and I made a tutorial video with the mouse, so how I am putting the mouse together, and I made something similar with this cube, I mean this type of cube, the octagonal cubes, and they are going to be released later on my channel. So for those who wanted to like make themselves such a thing and were curious or didn't know where, or were afraid that they wouldn't manage to finish such a beautiful 3D stitched thing, I hope my video is going to be helpful. Okay, about the cube. This would be the last cube of such a form, I mean the last octagonal cube released by Just Nan, which I stitched. So I have 3 previous ones, Halloweeny autumn ones, and this would be the last one. As I previously said, I like very much the form of this cubes. This one was pretty intense, I would say, because it was a lot of stitching. I mean, a lot of little details, a lot of things to be done. But it's beautiful. It's pink. It's like a candy, and it's very beautiful. I wasn't very pleased by the fabric. I mean, Weekday Works. This one was stitched according to the key on Charlotte's Pink by like Weekday Works, 30th count. But I don't really like this fabric because it's I don't know how to say. It's kind of soft. The thing is that the most like 89% probably of my, or even more, of my cross stitches are made on Zweigart, like usual, how do you say, regular Zweigart, and I got used to it. I wouldn't say that this one is the best. I mean, that fabric is the best. It's just the fact that I got used to it, and when I stitch on something else, I'm not used to. This one is pretty soft, and I don't like the quality of the cross stitches. I'm not good at making beautiful cross stitches, but when the fabric doesn't help you, they are even worse. I mean in my case. So this was a thing which I didn't like, but okay, I can live with the ugly cross stitches I have here. But the thing which was most terrifying was the way these verses were written. It was very difficult. They are made in one thread. This kind of writing I made in more than one of just Nan things. Usually this writing was made on a Belfast fabric, sorry, and it turned to be beautiful. But here, like, it was, they looked ugly, and like remaking it's very difficult. And for a person who doesn't know what is written here, because I already know, maybe it can be difficult to understand what is said. So it should be like, in my little kingdom of stitches that cross, I am queen of the needle and boss of the floss. Beautiful, isn't it? But I tried my best, but still I'm not 100% happy about the result which I have. The rest of it, I mean, like the design itself, of course, it's beautiful. So if we would look at the top of the cube, we have here a crown. I attached the crown charm exactly as it was asked in the in the instructions, like finishing instructions. I mean, like, I used thread. I didn't use invisible thread or pink thread, the color of thread they said. I just used it like here on the margin, so that it would be like nicely, and it is nicely like attached here. It doesn't go anywhere. Also here, it's this beautiful kind of lacy pattern, beads, pink beads, white beads, and with craning you are stitching here also 4 little crowns as well. Beautiful. And like, it's very important how you are like placing it, because it should start here with the first verse, like in my little kingdom. And here we have so these parts also were taking time, by the way. So here we have birds, we have mice, we have a crown, lots of flowers, and the most important thing, I didn't have to do any 1/1. Yes, after black magic, I think I'm not scared of 1/1s anymore. Then here is a bee's cap, bees, butterflies, ladybirds, as usual, you know. Then here is a vase, and then again butterflies, 2 bunnies. This pattern, it comes the same everywhere, so this one doesn't change. And this would be the last one, the 4th. And here, by the way, I had to work most of all, so I had the feeling that this one was the most filled in part with cross stitches and everything, just, and as I said, nothing like 1/1. And this is how it looks like. And the bottom is again kind of a lacy finishing, and there is a turtle which is carrying a mouse on her back. And I did like the instructions were saying, the finishing one. I took like simple pins, and I attached these beads so that I would make legs to this one, and it looks nice. So the cube Queen of the Needle is ready as well, and together with the Queen of the Needle, the mouse. They make a beautiful, beautiful pair together. So the first two projects from Queen of the Needle series are ready, but I'm not stopping here because I'm going to go to the third project, which is going to be the sampler, a Queen of the Needle sampler. And the next to be stitched from the series Queen of the Needle is going to be the Queen of the Needle sampler. Unfortunately, I don't have the original chart. I mean, like, I was, somebody shared their original chart with me, because when I had the opportunity to buy it, I said, why buying it? Because I don't have the embellishment kit and the pack, and the embellishment pack is kind of specific for this design. And why buying the chart? Because I don't have the pack, embellishment pack, and when I'll find them both like being sold together, I'm going to buy them. And the funny thing, sometimes, you know, I have the feeling that somebody there in the sky just makes tricks with us and is laughing. So I let the chart go on eBay, and the next week, yes, exactly, the next week, somebody, not the same person, by the way, not the same seller, somebody was selling the embellishment pack, just the embellishment pack, for 10 or 12 pounds, I think, no more than this. And when I saw it, I bought it like the first second, and then I said, okay, I'm going to ask somebody who has the chart, at least the chart, or the chart with the embellishment pack, to have make a copy and send it to me. And in such a way, I have the embellishment pack, I have the copy of the original chart, and I hope I'm going to have a nice stitched design. And because what's so special about this embellishment pack, that this charm is pretty difficult to imitate, you know, and that's why it was for me like, I don't, because the beads are simple. The beads is just pearl, pink pearl beads and white petite beads, and that's it. Okay, the next thing is about the fabric. Originally, okay, according to the key, this one has to be stitched on Gratiano 28th count light rose, or how it's called. Just a second. Light rose, yes, light rose Milan linen. I don't have the Gratiano, and I thought, okay, I can choose some other pink fabric and of 28th count and stitch, but now it's not so simple as it sounds. Okay, what I had in my stash, I had some DMC fabric, pink one, 28th count, and this would be like the variant which I would use, how would I say, the safe variant I would use. The only thing which makes me not to stitch on it is the fact that this one is kind of peach pink. But I don't need the peach pink, I need this kind of pink, you see? Pinkish pink. You see, this one even is going like that. So this is the thing which makes me think if it's okay. And it's light. I think I still need a little bit darker. I need the fabric a little bit darker. Then another variant, it was the Belfast. This is vintage Belfast. How is it called? I have here the vintage light pink Belfast. And this one is beautiful, and the color, I think it's appropriate, but it has the, you see, the vintageness in it, and I don't know if the sampler is going to look nice. And also it's 32nd count, and I'm not sure if this charm, when the place where it has to be stitched and fit, it's going to fit like nicely, because it makes a difference when it's attached on the 28th count and when it's attached on the 32nd count. Anyway, I think it can be calculated, so the band where I have to attach this one, I can calculate how many stitches I need. I put this one, and I'm like checking how it looks like. So this one also would be a nice thing to do, unless I'm going to check how this one is going to fit. Or I even looked on YouTube ways of dyeing fabric in pink, and there were like many ways. With, you know, there is a famous way of dyeing it with avocado, not seeds, you know what I mean. But I decided to go to the safe thing, and I bought Reed, which is very popular. The only thing which makes me afraid is that, first of all, I am not an expert in dyeing the fabrics. I don't know what color I'm going to manage to dye. This is one thing. And the biggest thing is that when dyeing, the hot water, it should be used here. And what if when being in the process of dyeing, the fabric of 28th count still is going to shrink and is going to go to 30th count or 32nd count? And what about the quality of the fabric? Will it be also so nice as it's in the beginning, or it's going to be like soft? I don't like, because this one, I mean the with the works is pretty soft, and I don't like that softness when I'm stitching. So still I'm going to try to dye. If it's going to be a good result, I'm going to use it. If not, I mean, you're going to use it for the sampler, I mean. If not, it's going to be used for any other things, like, because Just Nan has a lot of things which have to be stitched on pink linen. So I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, so this would be my things with the linen. But till the end, I have already 3 variants, so it's not like I don't have anything and I'm like struggling to find something, so I have to decide. And very quickly, I'm going to tell you one more thing. In between and meanwhile, while I was whining about the fabric, which fabric to use for the Queen of the Needle sampler, I just like decided myself, and I dyed some fabric with this one. So rose quartz is the color. I dyed some fabric, and voila, I'm a happy person who has the piece of fabric she wants to stitch the Queen of the Needle on. So this was 28th count cashel linens from Zweigart. I dyed it. Dyed it according to the instructions were on the bottle, and I'm happy. I'm really happy of the result. And yeah, I'm going to stitch on it. I measured it, and according to my measurements, this one didn't shrink, so it's the same 28th count. Maybe if it shrunk, it's the, I don't know, 30th, but I don't think it went to the 30th, and I am super happy. So I have my fabric here. Oh, and as a comparison, I wanted just to show the one as I was keeping as the first variant to stitch on. You see, the DMC pink. This one is very peachy. When you look comparing to this one is very, very peachy. That's why I was so reluctant to stitch on it. This one is nice, but still I wanted something pinker here. And this was the 32nd Belfast, which I was considered like as a second variant to stitch. Kind of like lately I was very much into this one. But now that I have this one, I'm very happy. This one is not bad, but not for the Queen of the Needle. As a comparison, I can show you how Charlotte's pink looks from Weeks by Works. Sorry, I haven't ironed this one. You see, this one in comparison to this one also goes very peachy, kind of peachy, but I wanted this kind of cold pink, I would call it. And as a comparison with the Graziano linen, you see. And when I finished like dyeing, cleaned after myself, I just realized that I didn't dye an extra piece of fabric for the interior of the Queen of the Needle case, for the interior of the case, because there I also need a pink fabric, you see. So this is a reason to dye one more lot, because here I didn't dye just this part. I had a little piece of Aida which was just very little, not for stitching. I used that one to see if I need more dyeing, or I mean color, if I need more color or not. And like alongside with that one, I also dyed this was a little piece of small piece of cashel. I was keeping it for some little pin cushions by Just Nan. You know, they fit here, by the way. They dyed it in pink in case I will need it, like in pink. And I had a piece of this is even weave. It was white. I think it's also the 28th count. And this one was inside, this one especially like it was one, and it was inside a kit, a Lanarte kit with the owl. And when I was like making the videos with my stash, about my stash, I opened it. So the kit was bought from Casa Chinina years ago, and I didn't open it until then, to show how the old style Lanarte, like not the old, but like before the today's ones are packed, they had a little bit of different packing. Okay, I was showing it, open it, and you see like this one, it was white, the fabric, and it had kind of like, how they call them, pink, even fuchsia, not splashes, I don't know how to call them. And I was surprised. They packed it like there because it couldn't get that color from anywhere, because that one was separately put in a plastic bag inside the kit, you see, so it couldn't take from the threads the color, like, because it was like being kept. And I took it after filming the video. I took it away, and I took from my stash, I mean fabric stash, because I had this count of even width white, and I put there nice clean white even width, and this one was put aside just to see what to do with it, because yeah, my idea it was that sometime in my life I'm going to color it, dye it, I mean. And I saw it and I said, why not? And I dyed it. And you know, when I realized that I didn't dye a piece of fabric for the inside of the case, and this one is good for the inside of the case, yeah, it's even weave, and this one is linen, yeah, I know, but I was thinking that if the size is going to be okay, maybe I'm going to use this one as the inside of the case, because anyway it's inside, you know, so it won't be bad. I'll see. So the most important news is that finally I made myself the pink linen, the color I wanted, the count I wanted to start stitching the Queen of the Needle sampler. Okay, the threads originally on the original, I mean like the variant which is on the first page of Just Nan's design, it's stitched in over soie, in silks, I mean, but they have the counterpart in DMC as well. I mean, like they have the DMC as well. I'm going to stitch in DMC. Here are the DMC threads. I was sure that I'm going just to, the threads which were used here are going to use here as well. No, kind of half of them only I used, and here are less threads in the sampler than in it was in the cube. The interesting thing, yeah. And I already picked them up. Here they are. I have three bobbins which have just a little on them, and for 2 of them I already found new skeins, but for the others I didn't, so I have to buy. Oh, and yes. Also it needs to be used the DMC number 8. So here it said white, but I chose B5200 because I thought that I'm going to stitch on this one, and it's important that the white should be well seen on the pink, you see. So yes, this would be the materials. I'll see that which is going to be the final fabric I'm going to stitch on. I also have such a nice needle minder, Queen of the Needle, yeah. There is the resemblance, yeah. This is both threads, by the way. I haven't showed it in a video with purchases. I think I filmed it already. For sure you're going to see it, but it's such a nice needle minder. And that's it. So with I have to decide with the fabric, and this one is ready to be started. And meanwhile, I am getting ready for the Queen of the Needle, the case, the sampler case. That one is going to be even more difficult, because that one I'm stitching from scratch. I mean, I don't have anything like original. I have just the chart again, which somebody shared with me. And this one, first of all, needs Graziano Milan linen gingham, the pink and white gingham. This originally is requested. I have it, so this is wow that I have it. On the inside part, it also needs pink fabric 28th count. I'm thinking about using this one, though this pink and this pink, they are not okay. This one was telling you about that I'm not happy about this pink. This is kind of a peach pink, you know. And I'll see if I'm going to dye and it's going to be successful, my dyeing session. I'm going to use the dyed fabric here. If it still is going to have 28th count, because it's important to use inside also 28th count here. The threads originally, and I don't know why, this design comes only in Rainbow Gallery Splendor, I mean in silks. I'm not going to stitch this one in silks, I'm going to stitch it in DMC. There is how do I say, conversion list where you convert them. I started doing it, so how to use DMC here. Yeah, also it says it needs 12 perle white from DMC. I have it like in white as well. And it needs 2 silks, which I have to choose something from my silks, because I won't buy silks from them. They need white pearl bead, and white pearl bead, this I'm going to use the small petite, you see, white pearl bead. So this is left over from Queen of the Needle, the cube, from the cube. So I'm going to use them from here. And one of the also important things is that I have the clasp, you know, and the clasp looks exactly like the original one, which is in the embellishment pack. This is Terra Cast. I was very happy when I found like the exact one I needed. And like on the outside, the case should look exactly as the original one, because I have like the clasp like the original one, and I have Graziano, like Gingham Graziano. I haven't gathered all the materials I need for this one. Still, I am going to stitch the sampler, and meanwhile I'm going to put together everything I need for it. Inside, I'm not going to keep the pattern of the model which is given. I'm going to remake it so that it would be useful for me, because still this is a case which you should use as a work case. Inside you should organize your projects. So I'm going to try to make it working, or how they say, useful for me when I want to organize a project. That's why I didn't make the plan exactly, but more or less I know what I want, and I'm going to define it while stitching the case. So when I start stitching the case, I'll think about the inside part, how to do it. And yeah, this would be my plans. Just these are going to be the projects I'm going to start in the near future, I hope, because, you know, stitchers are such people. They change their minds so often. And that would be everything I wanted to show you in today's video. I hope it was interesting for you. I hope you liked the video, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.